Why is it that you can be glued to your PlayStation for hours, and at the end, you have to drag yourself away? You might say, just 5 more minutes, or let me make it through this section, only to find yourself another hour in and hooked in even deeper, stuck on that new boss, and won't stop until you beat it. And yet, when it comes to cleaning up the apartment, writing a script for this video, or even replying to those many unanswered texts from friends and family, these feel like chores, things that we don't want to do, and even worse, when we finally build the motivation to do so, 5 minutes in, we just want to quit. It's not easy per se, but you can hack your brain to enjoying these dreaded chores. Remember that the inclusion of these systems will not equate to you doing the thing, but they will help you build a healthy and sustainable routine that will turn what you dread the most into something that you can feel accomplished and maybe even have fun doing. In order to turn your life into a living video game, here's a few things you need to identify. First, clear goals. These are the quests in which you embark, the choice of which door it is to kick down to fight the monster that hides behind. For every quest, there should be a series of milestones you hope to reach in the journey. And these should be something small, something attainable that you can do in one session that directly correlates to the completion of your quest. The same way you have to complete smaller tasks in a game, find a special artifact, or interrogate a prime suspect so that you can finish the larger mission, you should apply this to the same type of logic to your goals. Here's an example. You've been going to the gym semi-regularly for 2 months now. You've already started to see some progress in weight loss and the numbers on your lifts going up, but for where you are, you want to drop an additional 30 pounds and gain the bragging rights to bench 225 pounds. The best games, in my opinion, is anything I can grind XP and level up my skills, weapons, or anything. So why don't we apply that to real life with our fitness example? Let's create a list of milestones that will lead us to achieving our bigger goals. With weight training, it's relatively easy to quantize your results. You want to lose 30 pounds? Let's break that into 2-pound milestones. At a healthy rate, you should be losing 1 to 2 pounds per week. So ideally, you should be able to hit this every week or so. Let's identify that as a medium difficulty of 25 experience points. Every day you show up at the gym, you're working on yourself, and you should be rewarded. It's not quite as hard as some other things, so let's only give it 10 XP. Now on your big lifts, like bench press, every time you hit a PR is a big deal and should be rewarded as so, 50 XP. Have you caught on what's going on? We're breaking down our big goals into smaller, much more attainable tasks, and we assign them a value that actually equates to progress in the goal. Now, what are all these experience points used for? Like I said before, I'm absolutely hooked to anything that lets me level up. And when I can apply to my real life, it literally makes my daily life feel like a video game. Because I think it makes way more sense for levels to scale and increase with difficulty, let's acknowledge each level needs times 100 XP. And what I mean by this, level 1, you need 100 XP. Level 5, 500. Level 37, 3700 XP. Over time, it should feel really hard to level up. But let's add one more layer that makes sure you stick to your goals. Combo multipliers. Streaks are one of the biggest ways to use gamification to your advantage in tracking and achieving goals. I, for example, have weighed myself every morning for the last 2 months on my diet app just so that I don't kill my streak. This is a great way we can use streaks to really help us level up. In our fitness example, let's say every consecutive week we go to the gym or work out 4+ days in a week. Let's add a plus 0.1x multiplier to our XP. This will help a ton on those higher levels where 10 XP just doesn't feel like much and gives even more incentive to not lose your streak. So let's put all this together. Each level should make its own mini celebration. This reward should tell the dopamine in your brain that you're absolutely doing the thing. Here are some ideas you can implement into your training and leveling up. One level up, you deserve a fancy protein shake in that fridge behind the front desk of your gym. Yeah, it's like $6, way overpriced, but you earned this. You showed up. You did the thing. Enjoy it. Every 5 levels, let's make up some fun perks you can use to keep things moving. like an automatic plus 0.1x multiplier for your leveling. Or maybe you get to treat yourself to an ice cream rather than hitting a workout, but it still counts towards your streak. Every 10 levels, you've made a lot of progress, and that came with even more hard work. Maybe it's time to get those running shoes you've been looking at, maybe buying that weight belt that will ultimately help you with your lifts. Note, whatever it is that you want to treat yourself with, try and limit it to something that will contribute to the overall quest. A knight isn't going out to buy a new bearskin rug when all he has is a rusty dagger to slay the dragon with. Think smart and think practical. Identify the goal you want to achieve. Mark your milestones, assign the XP, and start your level up journey today. Let me know how you've been able to implement this into your daily goals, and remember, always do the thing.